Hello everyone and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.20 Let's Play. Last episode we moved our purpur out of the hole in the ground that I had been keeping it in, and moved it to this building so that I have more space to farm it. Today I want to clean up the stone storage building even more. I've got a room back here with a lava farm, but on this wall I've also crammed 2 tiny nether wart fields. This is in fact the only nether wart source that I've got in this world, which means that I can't really do anything with potions that require nether wart, which is pretty much all of them. Ideally, I should have made a better setup way earlier, before I fought the ender dragon and all that, but better late than never, I suppose. I'm going to be doing a lot of setup inside the building for potions, so let's begin gathering materials first thing. I want to use a lot of tuff, and it's actually something that I'm almost out of. Luckily though, there always seems to be random chunks in the mines, like right at the entrance. Next up, I need some of the usual stones, like deep slate and andesite, as well as some polished versions of these blocks. I need a bit of netherrack, which isn't a problem. However, I also want to use red nether bricks, and I mentioned how crappy my nether wart supply is, so this definitely isn't enough. For now, I'll grow some more in here. Because this is a nether wart farm, I figured that I'd use nether wart blocks, and you can make them from nether wart to avoid going to the nether, but in the storage room, I don't have very many of these, so this means that we will have to venture into the nether. Oh, I forgot that I have a little bit growing in the base. Not very much, but I'll take it. Anyways, the Crimson Forest is in this direction, past the Warped Forest of Safety. I do not like it here. There is a risk of hoglins, but just so that I don't have to come back anytime soon, let's collect a bunch of materials. Both types of grass, lots of the plants, and the vines. With that, we can now collect some wart blocks. And let's get out of this place. Oh god, but I just got back and remembered that I need 2 stacks of soul sand. I hate it here. There is a soul sand valley down here, I think. If all of the skeletons could leave me alone, that would be great. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, we should visit the Froglight farm, and get the magma cream that collects in the chest sometimes. Hello there. Okay, that's enough nether for today. I do need some blackstone, but I've got lots in the storage room. With the vibe, I'm going to use mostly iron bars for windows, but so that I don't deplete my iron stash completely, let's also make some red glass panes. Next, I'll buy bricks to make flower pots. And of course, I need some spruce. Which, surprisingly, I do have a good amount just sitting in the spruce chest. And actually, it was enough to make everything we need. However, the other type of wood I want to use is dark oak for the spooky vibe, but I don't like farming it here because I never get a sustainable amount of saplings from the trees that I chop. So let's go to the dark oak forest that's just over here, behind the cove. Well, and past the birch forest. Let's clear the trees from the area that I want to build in. And now we can start building. We're back with a finished nether wart farm, or the build at least. There isn't actually a whole lot of farming going on at the moment. I've gone for a small shop type of build. The stone base is kind of lighter so that I could do a very dark top with the walls being mostly soul soil. The trim is spruce with dark oak supports and note blocks to break it up some. The roof, which you can't really see from here, is a lot of red with red nether bricks, wart blocks, and red wool. I do have some of these little plots with nether wart, but I want to have lots more inside. First though, there's a couple of things to fix around here. The first thing is clearing this tree so there's room to walk to the service window thing on this side. And this is where you can buy stuff instead of having the general public walking around in the shop. Let's also continue the path off this main section. Now we need to get a couple of things to sort out the interior. The first thing is a little bit of basalt. I've also got some redstone lamps that would be cool to use. The house is right here, so let's make some candles. Gather twisting vines, and some hanging roots. Also in this area, we can harvest that wheat field that we made a couple episodes ago. of course, is to make pack mud. I'm actually not going to turn it to bricks this time because I want the first texture to use on the floor. I know that some potions use sugar, so we can gather a little bit of sugarcane to plant. Finally, let's go to the library to buy some bookshelves and get some books. Back at the farm, we can tear out the parts of the floor that aren't already cleared, and for the shop part, I'll use the mud and some dirt. But behind that, some basalt, because I want it to feel really like a spooky potion brewery. Next, let's use some polished granite to make shelves and block the customer's view of the secret back room. I should probably have a light source in here, a lantern on a lightning rod because, I don't know, I was trying to do something different. It kind of looks like a wizard's staff. I've added a couple of tables, and in this corner, let's plant a berry bush. By the door, I'll put 2 drip leaves for another variation of a table. This room isn't much for uniformity. To fill the holes in the walls, let's plug it with bookshelves. For the finer details, I'll place some candles around, as well as some red and nether-themed plants, and some hanging vines. I know I put the holes in the wall, but to let some natural light in, I'll break a few holes in the ceiling. Much better. Moving on to the back room. I need something to help transition from the shelves to the wall, and I want more hanging plants to block the view from outside even more. Every good potion room needs a bookshelf with more candles, and I've discovered something that I think is great. If you have a decorated pot, you can actually place a redstone torch on it, and then put a lamp on top, and it lights up. The torch doesn't quite reach up to the block, but let's ignore that, shall we? On the opposite wall, I'll put a composter, because next to that, I want to have a mini melon farm, since they're used for some potions. Next to that, some granite, making a table to match the shelves, with a small nether wart farm. To light these up, a lever with a chain and a lantern hanging from it. Let's also have some storage with a barrel shelf in the back corner, another hanging light like the other one, below that a sugarcane farm to use for potions as well. This is a tall room, and the top of the walls are looking empty. Some chiseled bookshelves I think would go well here. Let's put in a sink using a cauldron and a tripwire hook as the faucet. I'm planning on having a second floor, but instead of being boring and using ladders, I've got twisting vines that I'll have going all the way up to the second level. The last thing on the first floor I want to do is fill the middle space a bit. To do that, I think I'll build a table of granite, and no potion shop is complete without a witch's cauldron hanging above a fire. Now for the next floor. Let's keep it simple with some spruce slabs. I've added some cross beams in to add some detail instead of just 100% slabs. I want to do something different for lights. We've got the note blocks in the wall, and it made me think of the redstone lamps that I had in the storage room. First we'll place a lever in each nook. Now that there's a power source, the lamps underneath will light up. Since the main nether wart field will be up here, I'll put some barrels above the lamps to have a place to store everything. I don't have enough nether wart at the moment to plant a field, but I can harvest from the outside pots that have been growing, and I'm basically just going to cram as much nether wart as I can in this room. That's the top farm area finished. I don't want to have a lot of decoration in here because it is really just a farm space, but there is another thing to do downstairs. I found a potion banner design, and I'm going to make a few of them to hang around. At the sheep barn, I can buy some banners, and I'll use some bone meal here to gather different dyes. Now I can just place these around, maybe some outside of the window, and I'll bring path around here as well. You might remember when we built this potion sign outside the hotel a while ago. This was because this is where the clerics are. And there's a room decorated like a pub with bottles and everything. However, I haven't done any potion brewing here, so it only makes sense to move my potion materials to our new build. I will leave the clerics here though because I don't want to move them, and so that the potion sign still makes sense. I don't have a lot of knowledge about potions, but I want to brew all of the ones that I know, and have the materials for. Okay, so I got carried away and searched everywhere for everything I needed to make all of the potions And it occurred to me that now that I've done this, there is an advancement that I can get by having all of the potion effects at once. I really hope that I do actually have all of them, otherwise I'm doing this for nothing. Oh no, that was my last potion, and I didn't get the advancement. Did I miss one with that? This is interesting. Oh, I figured it out. And by that, I mean I looked it up. I needed a phantom membrane and a turtle helmet thing. Dang it, well, this was fun. But with that eventful conclusion, that is all the time that I've got for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.